Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you, and today we are going to do a worship on wheels. Yes, it's been a while, man. It has been a while. It's been over a month. There's been a lot going on, and I'm going to share a little bit of that with you. You know, I've never been one to hide my cards from you guys. You know, that's one of the things I wanted when I started this channel. I wanted it to fix my seat there. I wanted this channel to be real. I wanted it to be as real as it can be. As I've told you before, I can make the trees more green. I can make the water more blue. I can do all of that through media management on a computer. But that's not real. And so this portion of it you see is a representation of what I actually see. But I try to keep this part, try to keep it real. And I really do. And I think you all know that. So I'm going to share some hard things with you today that I've been going through. And I'm going to share, nice, look like they got them a little family reunion going on, sweet. But I'm going to share some things with you today that have been going on in my life. Now there are some of you, I'm not going to lie, there are many of you honestly who have emailed me and texted me checking on me. You know that I'm a creature of habit, and when you didn't see things being posted up like they normally were, you notice that my Wednesday night videos are our travel videos. I'm not doing anything where I'm sitting in front of a camera. I haven't been doing worship on wheels. It's simply been editing the film from our main trip, and it's really, honestly, it has been all I can do to get those two videos out a week. And I'm not making excuses. I'm speaking just factually from where I am in my life right now. And today was the first day. Today is a Saturday. Tomorrow morning this will come out. Today was the first day I felt like I could sit on a motorcycle. I haven't sat on a motorcycle in over a month. That's odd for me. So I got out today, got the helmet and the cameras out, and Coach Vic like, where are you going? I said, I want to go out and ride, and I want to do a worship on wheels. I want to let my friends and my subscribers and the people who care about us know what's going on in our life. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. The Bible verse that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to bring it up here, even though, you know, I'm not big on reading books while riding. I take my glove off because they say your phone will work with the glove on, but we all know that's a lie. But I specifically took this road because there's nobody ever on it. And this is John chapter 14, and the reason I'm bringing it up, I know the verse, but I want to make sure that I'm really clear and concise with this one because it's really important. So when I get to this stop sign up here, I'm going to read it to you. All right, so John chapter 14, this is picking up at verse 27. It says this right here. Peace I leave you. Yeah, that's Jesus talking. My peace I give you, not as the world gives, do I give to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled nor fearful. There you go. You know, if it weren't for the peace that Christ left me, I don't know where I would have been over the last few weeks. I'll be quite honest with you. You see, less than 2 weeks ago, my mother died. And you know, all of you know that I spend a great deal of time, or I have spent a great deal of time, going to my hometown at least once a week, a lot of times, multiple times a week, taking her to doctor's appointments and hair appointments and surgical procedures and all of these things. And my mom got sick. She had a couple of things going on. She's old and she got sick. And once things started to snowball, there was just no turning them around. In fact, the doctor at the end was like, you know, Bob, we're in miracle territory. There's no medical reason your mother should die other than the fact that she's just old and she's dying. And that this process has begun and we can't turn it around. If I were you, I would hold your mother's hand and let her look at your face while she still recognizes it and get to be her son one more time. I want you to know that's what I did. I held her hand and she went to sleep on the evening that she died, about 6:30. And less than 3 hours later, she was gone. You know, I asked my mother, are you afraid? And she goes, a little. But I'm ready. She was ready to go. She was ready to go, and she was afraid in the sense that she was going somewhere she's never been before. We get afraid just a little bit when we go on a tour to California, when we go to Maine, when we do these things. We get a little afraid. It's things we've never done before. You know, the Bible says it's appointed for every man to die. So far, the death rate's 1 for 1, and guess what, baby? We're all going to make it unless Jesus comes back real soon. That's just how it's going to be. So the question is, what does peace look like? What does it look like? And how do we know that we even have it? Because the world will try to shake you up, and it will. And the world, honestly, doesn't matter. They don't have a say over how you feel. You don't belong to this world. You belong to the King of Kings, that is. So what does peace look like? Does peace look like a man sitting in a living room crying? Or standing in a kitchen with his children laughing? Or shaking his fist to the sky in anger? Or on his knees in the backyard with his head in the grass? Peace looks like all of those. Because, you know, we misunderstand a lot of times what peace is. And I told my children this: if you see me laughing, don't think that I'm any happier or any less happy than when I'm crying. Because the truth is, there's a range of emotions that we all have to go through. And yet you can still have peace. You know, the peace that we know. I know where my mother is. Now, there are those who want to get into theological debates, and they can do all that. But I will tell you, if you do it on this video, I'm just going to delete your comment. Because I'm not going to play that game around the death of my mother. I'm just not going to do it. So, I have the peace of knowing where my mother is. And I have the peace of reconciliation. You know, the book of 1 John tells us this: I have written these things unto you that you may know that you have eternal life. You don't have to guess. You don't have to worry. You don't have to think. You can know it. And that's important. And if you know it, then when that death occurs, the death of someone you love, and you know that they know, and you know that you know, that's that peace that we're told about. The peace that passes all understanding, knowing that we're not designed to be here forever. We weren't made to be here forever. We're going to be reconciled with God. It's going to be sweet reunion with our family and friends that have gone before us. You know, I do have friends who will tell you that's a fairy tale, and that's okay. I'll pray with them and hold their hand when they die. And trust me when I tell you, I prayed over friends who were unbelievers, who became believers at the 11th hour. And I'm thankful for them. So I'm not preaching to you today. You know what I'm doing? I'm sharing my heart. The things that I've had to share with myself. That there is a time to laugh and there is a time to cry. You know, that's biblical. That's Solomon. Smartest dude that ever lived right there. Solomon, there it is. You know, and just because you cry doesn't mean you don't have peace. And just because you laugh doesn't mean that you do. It can be very deceiving. I'm going to tell you that losing my mom was hard. It still is hard. I miss her. I miss the phone calls. I miss the silliness. We would get real catty texting back and forth. I miss all that. Yeah, my mom was 87, and yeah, she texted me daily. We would send pictures of each other and make stupid faces, and I taught her to use her iPad. That was her wings, and I used to tell her, anytime you have problems with your iPad, you tell me, because, you know, I'll come fix it. I don't care if it's 2 in the morning, because that's your wings. That's your freedom. And let me tell you, she wasn't slack about that either. If her iPad was messing up, she called me. She expected me to fix it, and I did. I was faithful with that. I miss her. I miss seeing her. I miss talking to her. I miss bringing her breakfast in a cup with egg from Zacadoo's every Thursday morning, because I've done that for years. Years. I can't drive by a Zacadoo's without thinking about my mother. So now I have this time. It's weird, y'all. It's very, very weird. But I have a peace about it. And I do believe that God is telling me something through this. And I think one of the things he's telling me is, Bob, my coach Bob. In fact, it's probably not even Bob. Get ready to laugh. Bobby, it's time to slow down a little bit. Yeah, I had to get quiet there for a minute. Because those are the hardest words for me. And for those of you that are like me, you understand when I say this. I'm a fixer. I'm a fixer. And God's telling me, slow down. There are some things, Bob, you can't fix. You have to trust me. You have to hang on tight and sit and remain in the peace that I leave you. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I've been doing for 2.5 weeks. I will say the 3 weeks before she passed were hectic and chaotic, as you guys know, any of you who have gone through anything like that. But we got through it. And my mother is fine now. And that makes me smile. So I want to encourage you today. I don't know what trial you're facing, but I can tell you this. If you're not facing one now, you're gonna be. We're all gonna be. That's just the way it is. Whether you want to have a trial or not, they're coming. And you want to have that peace that passes all understanding. The peace that Christ leaves you. Not as the world does, but as he does. I hope you find comfort in that today. I know I do. I also want to take a moment to thank everyone, all of you, for all of the encouraging emails, all of the kind words, the text messages, all of those things. And you know who you are. I don't want to go down the list of names because there are many who don't want to be recognized. They just want to love me. In fact, it's funny. I actually had a subscriber here recently who sent me a gift, and he goes, I don't care if you show the gift on the channel, just please don't tell folks where it came from. I just want you to know I appreciate what you do. And that sort of sweetness that I experience on this channel, it's more than you can imagine. It happens more often than you can even think. You know, I have been known to get hate mail that can really be nasty. But the bulk of what I get is kind, generous people. People who are going through trials in their life, who have been through trials in their life. And they want to reach out and extend a hand of kindness to me and to my beautiful wife and to my loving family. And to all of you guys, thank you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful day. We're not promised tomorrow, and we're not promised another trip around the sun. A lot of us, in fact, most of us, if statistics are correct, won't live to be as old as my mother did. Her life expectancy was way shorter than what she experienced. And I'm grateful for every moment I had with her, and I'm grateful for every moment that I have with you. I hope this video touched your heart today and that you are having the greatest Sunday you've ever experienced in your life. Go out, smell the fresh air, look at the sunshine and go, man, this is a gift and I will not waste it. Not one moment. I choose to be happy today. There you have it. Another worship on wheels in the books. I could talk for hours, but I'm not gonna. I've probably talked too long already. But I want you to know this, my friends. You, yes, you and me, thank goodness, we are loved. And that is an amazing thing. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go out and change the world. That's what you were called to do. Yes, it is. Enjoy your day. We'll talk to you real soon. What a beautiful day.